So, F1 Twitter has been a bit of a shit show these past couple of days, but in a good way. Probably only time I will ever say that in my entire life. So, this the Oscar Piastri situation. Where do I begin? The start, I think, is where we shall begin. So, this all started with Sebastian Vettel announcing his retirement on the Thursday before the Hungarian Grand Prix, which I did a video on, and also combined with that, his replacement, Fernando Alonso, which was announced on the Monday. So, if Vettel's thing was a grenade, this one was a bomb. No one expected this, and according to reports, I do want to clarify because I did get some stuff wrong after more information came out about it for announcing and Alonso being announced at Aston Martin. So I do want to clarify a couple of things. So if Vettel's announcement was a grenade, this one was a bomb, and then the nuke was set off a couple of days later. So according to reports, Alpine wanted to give Alonso a 1-year extension, with them taking up an option on a second, which Alonso didn't want. He wanted a 2-year deal, which he's got at Aston Martin, and an absolute boatload of cash from Daddy Stroll, I am sure, by going to Aston Martin. So obviously, if you want to see my thoughts on Alonso to Aston Martin, go watch my previous video. That's basically all I wanted to clarify. Because I said that I thought Alonso was forced out. It is not. It just comes down. I personally, now with all the stuff that's come out, I personally think, it's come down to the length of the contract. So obviously that got announced, and so obviously that was a shoe-in for Oscar Piastri at Alpine, you would think, wouldn't you? So if we go to Alpine's Twitter, this is going to be so funny if this has been deleted now. It's still up. Oh my god. I think we've lost the password. So, Alpine on the Tuesday, which would have been the 2nd, obviously they put out this tweet: 2023 driver lineup confirmed Esteban Ocon and Oscar Piastri. After 4 years as part of the Renault and Alpine family, reserve driver Oscar Piastri is promoted to race seat alongside Esteban Ocon starting from 2023. Everyone was like, oh, cool. About bloody time. He should have been on the grid this year. But then, obviously, after all the excitement had died down, some stuff started to be a little bit sus with this announcement. What do I mean? So, this was tweeted at 10 past 5 in the afternoon, obviously here in the UK. Not an odd time in the UK. However, in Australia, which is where Oscar Piastri is from, it was the middle of the night. And also, in this press release, there was no statement from Oscar Piastri, and there was also nothing on Oscar Piastri's Twitter account either. So that started raising a couple of red flags. And then, the nuclear bomb was about to be dropped a couple of hours later. So if we go to Oscar Piastri's Twitter account, we shall see the absolute nuke that Oscar Piastri set off Tuesday. This is the tweet that set off a absolute shitstorm. I understand that without my agreement, Alpine F1 have put out a press release late this afternoon that I am driving for them next year. This is wrong, and I have not signed a contract with Alpine for 2023. I will not be driving for Alpine next year. this set off F1 Twitter in a frenzy and in such a good way that when I finished work, I was just sat in bed just flicking through all the tweets, the memes. It was so much fun just to see F1 Twitter come together and just absolutely meme on this situation. Just, what, just everyone asking, just like, what is going on? What is happening? Oh my god. Like, I've, this has obviously brought a lot of stuff up regarding this. So, it's now believed that Oscar Piastri has, like, some sort of deal with the McLaren F1 team, which puts Daniel Ricciardo's seat into question, because there's no way they're going to get rid of Norris, so it's got to be Daniel, and it's not Williams, and I'll say why I don't think it's Williams. I'm going to say it's Williams because they have obviously one more young driver FP1 outing to do, and they've just given that to Logan Sargent when the US Grand Prix rolls around. So if Piastri was going to go to Williams, wouldn't they give an FP1 outing to him and not Sargent? So that's kind of where my head is at, and I think that's where a lot of people's head is at, because I couldn't, other than I could not see him going to Piastri going to Williams. I couldn't see him going to McLaren or anywhere else. I could only see him at Williams. Now, the reason I think, and this is like believed, obviously we don't know the ins and outs of driver contracts, is that why this has happened is because it seems like that in terms of Oscar Piastri's contract, that his contract with Alpine expired on the 31st of July, and I think the agreement was in place that they were gonna try and find a seat, and obviously Mark Webber is part of his management, so it looks like that Piastri and Webber have obviously put something in together with McLaren, which doesn't make McLaren look very good either, especially Zach Brown, because obviously the limelight. I love how IndyCar was someone getting spotlight with the whole Chip Ganassi and Alex Palou, or Palou, however you say his last name, situation. That was giving IndyCar exposure, but now F1's just stolen it back. But yeah, it looks like that Piastri has some sort of drive next year. Where that is, I'm with a lot of people saying it's probably McLaren. But I think potentially Piastri, because of his tweet, he actually might not even get a seat next year at all. But he's gonna be at Alpine, where he doesn't want to be, which is similar to how Buttongate, for those who don't know, just a quick one. So 2004, Button had signed for Williams for 2005, but he already had a contract with BIR Honda, which BIR won it. So Jensen ended up driving for a team he didn't want to drive for. But then obviously there's videos on Buttongate, but that's basically a small short story of what happened there. It's very similar to the Piastri situation, and it's also sort of similar to when Michael Schumacher debuted, and obviously Jordan and Benetton were fighting over his services. So this isn't new. We've seen this before in F1, but this time we have social media. So it's just all the reactions for the drivers, and just like everyone. I think even Ryanair's been having a good chuckle with this. If you want to see more, go watch WTF1's video, their internet's best reactions to Piastri drama, because that was very entertaining. But that's where I'm going to leave it for this video. Obviously, I will do an update to his situation, obviously, when this gets resolved, because Alpine still have left a tweet up, so it's clear that Alpine think they have some sort of leverage, even though it's believed that Piastri's contract at Alpine expired the 31st, and then obviously Alonso announced it on the Monday, which would have been the first. So, obviously, yeah, it would have been the 1st of August. So, Alonso announcing that on Monday has kind of put Alpine in a tricky situation, a very tricky situation. So we'll see where this goes. I shall, of course, keep you guys updated. So if you liked this video, feel free to like it. If you disliked it, that's fine, because I have to go out my way to see them anyway. If you liked this video, check out some of my other content on my channel, and if you'd like my other content, more than feel free to just subscribe. I want 40 subs by the end of the year. I already have that. It's 50 subs by the end of the year. That would be grand. And until next time, people, I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.